everybody, it's me, Ronnie Rucker, as usual. I'm here with the Biblio Babes, Cara and Kat. They were kind enough to sit down with us this week. Glad to have you guys on. Thank you for being on. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, really great.
So,
Nice.
We're rad.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. I've done a little looking into you guys. I've checked out your blog, etc. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do in general.
Go ahead, Kat.
Cara, do you want to? Cara, you go first, or do you want me to?
I'm totally distracted by your boobs. I can't even talk. You might as well start.
Oh, well, I'll just, I could just let these guys talk for themselves, but, no, well, Cara and I, Cara and I, we used to live in the same building together. She lived upstairs from me, and we started hanging out, and turned out we both had a lot in common. We liked vampires, and smut, and dirty porn, and horror books, and reading. We both loved reading so much. And we spent a lot of time together and talking about books and getting drunk and drinking Caesars and watching True Blood. And yeah, we started talking about maybe having a website. I keep a book report book of all the books I've read since 2006. And Cara saw it. I showed it to her and she's like, that's fucking badass. And she started keeping one too. And she put a website together. She calls me. She's like, I put us a website together. And we've been doing that for a while now.
And it was love.
It was love.
Where are you guys from?
She's from Langley, BC, and Vancouver, and I live in Calgary right now.
So, Canada, right? For the layman's here in America, Canada, right?
Great.
Oh,
okay,
yes,
cool.
we're from Canada, eh?
Right on. So, have you guys been reading your whole lives, or is this something that you kind of For me, in particular, it takes me, the book has to, really, for me to read something, the book, in the first, chapter has to, grab me. Whereas there's some people that can just pick up a book and read the whole thing. Have you guys been reading your whole life? And, what's the deal with reading for you guys?
I've been reading forever. My mom has always read. That she's always had tons of books in her house. But she always read horror, true crime, erotica, so that's what I picked up when I was a kid, and it's been a lifelong love ever since. I really like to read, gory, nasty, gross stuff. I'll read everything, though, and I have a rule. If I pick up a book and start reading it, I have to read the whole thing, because what if it's got a killer ending and you put it down halfway through and you miss, the whole point of the book? So I read anything and everything, and, I've got, I don't know if you can, these are, and then we go over this way, and so yeah, I've got books I like to read.
I'm the exact opposite. I really didn't read growing up. School ruined books for me. Totally ruined books for me.
It's so sad.
I know. And you take, even in university and stuff, once you're forced to read, it's no longer fun. You don't have any time to read, and the stuff that I read was the same thing. The first chapter bores the crap out of you, and then what's your motivation to finish? But it wasn't only a couple of years ago where I actually read a few books that were interesting. And interesting in the sense that it was something that I actually enjoyed. And that's kind of where my love affair started. But if I don't like a book, I won't finish it, and I will blog nastily about how it destroyed hours of my life in the process.
We have that in common.
I'm not a huge horror fan, but I like, what I like.
What was your first book that you read?
Me? As an adult or as a youngster?
Both of you guys. What's the first book that you can remember reading?
Go ahead, Kat.
I actually think I have one of my first books from when I was a kid. This is called Barnaby's Sandcastle. And I still have this because I'm a weirdo, and yeah, I've got a bunch of books from when I was a kid that are really super fucking messed up with titties, I don't know why you would give a kid a book with illustrations like this. If you can see that, that's like a goddess with a dead animal burning some water chick alive. So this is like, yeah. So that's what I remember reading.
I remember reading all the old, books that you read. What is it? All those old picture books like that. But the actual first book without pictures, I think, is Lord of the Flies. Probably in high school was really, I can vividly remember having to read it.
I never finished that in high school because I was not into it, and I knew it was good, and I was like, I have to put this down so I can enjoy it later as an adult, and I've never read it yet.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but that's just my first real memory of getting through a book forcibly.
Do you guys write as well?
We dabble.
Like most people that I know that are like heavy readers, they tend to, I guess, dabble.
Yeah.
In it. Like, have you guys written anything? I mean, I know you guys do your blog, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But have you guys written anything?
I used to, obviously I went through the angsty teen years where I wrote poetry, and I've written short stories. Like, I used to write short stories, and I'd get halfway through, an epic novel that I wanted to write, and then, format disk, what does this mean? I'll click OK, and, so I've dabbled for a long time, and I always get the urge to write every now and again, and furiously write out, like, a few pages, and then put it down. I don't yet have the determination or patience or attention span to actually sit down and write anything that is longer than a couple pages long.
Yeah, for me, I didn't write anything except for academic stuff, obviously, in university and that kind of garbage. I've always liked writing. It doesn't matter kind of what it was. I'm trying to write stuff now, but amongst the angst and self-loathing, it doesn't always accumulate to much, at the end of the day. Being creative, I think, is difficult in all of its forms, because at the end of the day, you never really enjoy what you write or what you create.
Yeah. You can criticize it really well.
Yeah.
And we are critics. We are definitely critics of literature, that's for sure.
That's a perfect segue into your talking about your blog. So your blog is where you basically critique books, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that? The website, I guess. I'm sure you've been critiquing books all your life.
The blog in its current incarnation, like, Cara has been the reason that we have a blog in the first place. Like, she is amazing with computers. She can throw a website together like nobody's business. And we started the blog, last year in October?
Yeah.
And we had it running for a bit, and it was, like, riddled with bugs and crappy glitches and stuff like that. And it really started to kind of, like, be no fun anymore for a while, because the whole website, because it was so glitchy, just sucked so bad.
Yeah.
And then Cara was like, hey, look what I found. She's like, why don't you take a look at this, like, about a month and a half ago? And I looked at it, and she had, like, whipped together a whole new website, and we just put it together in, like, the matter of a day, and it came together beautifully, like, and we're both so happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like our blog now.
it looks really cool. I'm gonna make sure everybody checks it out for sure. So you do all the website stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you learn how to do that in a book?
I tried.
Yeah.
I think, like everyone else, I have, like, Dreamweaver for Dummies that I started with about 5 years ago, and dabbled with a few different website building programs, and lost all of my hair, some of which fell out on its own, and the rest of it I pulled out. And then found a few good template-based programs, and did Website Tonight a bit, the GoDaddy version of that website builder, and just kind of played around with it until we found something that worked. I am not tech savvy like she says she is. I fake it really well.
Yeah.
So is it safe to...
really well, Kara. You made us a website.
Yeah.
It looks good, by the way.
Yeah, well, I'm sure my grandma could do it, so.
So it's safe to say that Dreamweaver for Dummies book is no good?
It's not, actually. I should have realized it wasn't any good when I think I found it for 25 cents at a book sale. I mean, that really should have been what it was like. Yeah, maybe.
Could have been an indicator.
Yeah.
So I was looking at your blog, and there's this thing called Naked Reading Sunday.
Yeah!
Okay. Somehow, just for after this beginning, I thought that you'd be really excited about talking about this.
Yeah.
And I think the listeners and viewers are going to be excited about this as well. Whose idea was it to do that?
Naked Reading Sunday is a meme. So it was somebody's idea.
Yeah.
But I came across it, and I saw, I follow a lot of, websites and Tumblrs and what have you. And I came across, this chick who I think is, super cute and, really, pretty cool. And she did this thing one day. She goes, yeah, I'm doing Naked Reading Sunday today. And it was like, oh! And the light shone down, and there were angels, naked angel babies flying around. And I was like, that is the shit. Mm-hmm. That combines the two things that I love most, and that is books and boobs. So I was like, Naked Reading Sunday is where it's at, and I pulled up my big boy pants, or took my big boy pants off, if you want to use that, and I took a picture for Naked Reading Sunday, and it is so fun trying to figure out ways to, creatively cover certain bits while exposing others.
Yeah, it's still in its infancy, so fortunately if you check out our blog every Sunday, we're going to get progressively more and more, I guess, risque. So it's in its infancy. You can watch it all unfold or unravel.
Yeah,
undress.
I think people are going to want to watch that for sure to see how that goes. There are a few pictures of you guys scantily clad or with no clothes on, basically hiding your girly parts, for lack of a better word, with books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or a child's pillow, in one case.
Yeah, you guys. If you're watching this right now, you guys should check it out. And the links will be on the blog, etc. What else do you have on your? You each do reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I looked around on there. I noticed that you guys have a section that's basically what your guys' favorite books of all time are.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to talk about your favorite books and what they are?
Yeah.
Feel free.
My favorite book of all time, unquestionably, is Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, and it's mint. My favorite book ever. I got it as a 16th birthday present, and I did not understand any of it when I read it, but I just knew that all the words in it were really beautiful, and it all flowed together really well. And I just read it over and over and over again and tried to absorb as much as I could. And then I got the annotated version, which explains all of the passages in French and German and all the little asides that, you would get if you were like a 50-year-old Russian man with a photographic memory and could speak 8 languages and knew all these super cool authors and people who liked to collect butterflies. If you're that guy, then you get the whole book and you don't need the annotated version, but I'm not that guy. So I got the annotated version, finally understood the book, all of it, all the everything in it, and I love it even more now. Favorite book, hands down, can't get enough of it. Mm-hmm. And otherwise, horror books. I love horror books in general, but weirdly enough, my favorite books, I don't think any of them are horror books. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, and The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle, Christopher Pike, The Season of Passage, anything by Stephen King. I mean, that's horror in there, but I can't even pick a favorite. Survivor Type, Stephen King short story, that is a must-read. My favorite work by Stephen King, probably. So it's kind of varied. I like lots of stuff.
Yeah, it's hard because once you continue to read books and then the old classics and stuff, your list evolves. think it depends kind of on what kind of day you're having.
Yeah.
The one on the top of my list is A Wrinkle in Time, which I happen to just conveniently have behind me. It's technically, I think, a young reader's book or even a child's book, but this book to me was what changed my whole thoughts on reading. Like I think science fiction, and I just would roll my eyes. You know, I didn't really have any concept of what that genre was about. Like half man, half horse, unicorns with snake tails and like crazy shit like that, you know? But this for me totally just changed my whole thought. It blew my bloody mind when I read this book. And then it kind of evolved from there, like knowing that those kind of books existed, and I absolutely love Laurel K. Hamilton, and she does kind of I guess technically they're paranormal romance, but they deal a lot with just sex and crazy shit that you could just not imagine on your own. And J.R. Ward, which is the same kind of thing. So I'm more of the paranormal, literotica, fantasy girl. I don't really enjoy reading things that are that serious and cut off, gory, like you, Kat. That's what makes us a good team.
Yeah.
So yeah, Laurel K. Hamilton, J.R. Ward, love. Obviously, Madeleine L'Engle is a big favorite of mine. Ask me every day and I'll tell you something different.
And I'd like to point out that A Wrinkle in Time is, although it's supposed to be like a kid's book, it's way more advanced.
Oh yeah.
Like, writing the language, the vocabulary, way more advanced than a lot of
concepts of like time and travel and stuff. Incredible. Yeah.
Such a good book.
Read it.
Yep.
I will. I'm going to go out right now and get it.
Yes.
And everybody else watching this is going to do that too. I command you.
And it's look at it. You can do it. It's thin. See?
Oh.
It's easy.
Can't go wrong with that. Is there anybody or any writer or any book that you would say to tell somebody never to read? Like, is there one that's like so low on your list that you wouldn't even have it up there behind you? Or is
I still keep like all the really bad books that I've read. Like, I just keep them because they're good to have around. I read a book once called Angels with Attitude, and I gave it a 0 out of 0. It was like a contemporary paranormal romance that I read like 5 years ago. And funnily enough, my husband read it and said it wasn't bad. And I read it, and I think the review I gave it, 0 out of 0. Worst book I've ever read. Want my life back. Hate. Hate forever. And I'm sorry if the author who wrote that is listening to this, but it sucked. Like, it was brutal. It's the worst thing I've ever read in my life.
I don't know. I don't like knocking. I guess for me, probably L.A. Banks. Oh God, I hate saying that because I own her entire series of books, and she has like 15. And when I love those type of books, and I got through Laurel K. Hamilton and J.R. Ward again. And L.A. Banks I was super stoked about because I was like, sweet, it's the same kind of genre, it's going to work out the same kind of way. And yeah, 3 books in and I was like, kill me. Like, seriously, shoot me in the face. But there were parts of them that I did like. It's not like you can completely write the whole thing off. And maybe if I had just gotten through the 4th one and got to the 5th one, it would be better. But I have yet to get through those. So, L.A. Banks, I love you. I'm sure I just have to give you another chance. Like I said, I'm kind of wishy-washy with my days and what I enjoy reading, so I can't say I hate or wouldn't totally recommend.
And can I say, I don't read romance novels. Like, I don't really like romance novels because, you know, they're going to get together in the end anyways, and it's just a whole lot of blah, 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 blah.
You need that, though.
They get together. They don't get enough, you know, sex. And, like, unless it's an erotic novel, then there's no point in reading a romance novel because for me, there's not enough sex and you know they get together in the end. At least if it's like an erotic romance, you know there's going to be banging and like titties and turgid members and like thrusting, you know, so for me, like,
ridiculous names of male genitalia, like flesh sword.
Boom cannon. Boom cannon, you know, like, So I don't really like romance novels, and I've only read a handful, and that was like one of the first ones I read, and it was just such a bad experience for me. So somebody else can pick that up and probably think it's great, but for me, it was torture.
It's like a teenager when you're dry humping and you're not actually able to take that next step into like penetration. That's
Exactly.
what a romance novel is. Yeah.
What's the difference between a romance novel or like the kind of erotic novel that you like, and what would be like a porn magazine, but not, you know, like, you know how they have the magazines that look like the movies?
Letters to Penthouse?
Yeah, there you go.
There is no difference for me. It has to be graphic like a Letters to Penthouse.
For me, like, a romance novel is more to satisfy your emotional cravings. Like, you know, your boyfriend or girlfriend or partner is at home and, you know, went by you and didn't say hi, so you go to your romance novel where it's like, he couldn't take his eyes off her and that, you know, bullshit. So I think it's more about that emotional void being filled. But with an actual, like, erotica book, I mean, there's like a mix, right? There's like romance that's only emotion, and then there's the hardcore porn books, which are like just he walked in the door and then that was it. He, you know, was in her. You know, there's no transition. And then there's the books that actually have a plot. You know, it's like the vivid porns. You know, vivid. You know,
like the Pirates of the Caribbean one that they put out, where it's like
I have seen that one. There is some production value in that one.
Production value. There's a story, but the story bang.
Yeah, you know, you actually want them to get together. There's a little bit of conflict or turmoil. Are they really going to? And of course they are in the end.
Of course, but at least there's the banging to keep you interested and excited. And then there's that little bit of conflict where you're like, who's gonna bang who? How many holes are filled? Ooh, I'm excited. And
you're all gonna bang together. Yay.
You know, that...
Do you think that the book for that version of Pirates of the Caribbean, the vivid porno version, would be better than the movie?
Yes.
If I've seen the movie first, the book is always ruined for me, and I've only seen glimpses of the movie. Like I keep seeing bits of it here and there. And so I bet if I read the book, I would like the book more. But if I watch the movie the whole way through and then try to read the book, I'm going to get to the first page and I'm like, I know there's a mass orgy at the end. Like, can't we just get to the orgy?
With porn, you never are going to enjoy the way everyone looks, especially the men in those porns. Like, I don't even understand how it's possible to find uglier men. So for me, when I'm reading about it, I can just insert whoever I want into those characters and it's like, I'm dialed, you know? But if I gotta watch that shit with people I don't like looking at...
Yeah, fair enough. I think that was what, like, turned me off, is I caught, like, a super, like, veiny something or other, like, leap out at me, and I was like, ugh! Like, I caught this at the wrong part. I need to give this another chance at a later date.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should give it another chance. Yeah. It's a classic. What do you say to people? I have a friend, all the time, whenever you say to him that you go to a movie and say, you know, the book was better, and his response every time is, oh, well, can you read a book in 2.5 hours? You know, like, he's always apples and oranges, you know, basically is what it boils down to. He hates it, so every time we go see a movie that there's a book, I'd like to throw it out there just to irritate the shit out of him. But what do you say to a person that says that? Do you think that that's true? Or do you think that, or on another question as well, can a movie make a book better?
Well, like I said, if I watch a movie first and then read the book, I'm always waiting to get to that next point from the movie that I know is coming. I know what the twist is going to be. I know what the end is going to be. So it makes it hard. But a lot of movies don't stay true to the book at all. So you'll read the book and you'll find these new things, or it'll be a completely different ending or something like that. And that's the thing. You can enjoy a book way more than a movie, because with a book, you know, you get all comfy with it and you start reading and you get right into it and you're in there for hours and hours and hours, and the next thing you know, it's like 4 a.m. and you got tears streaming down your face and you're like, oh! And that is like what a book does. Rarely will a movie do that for me. but a book can do that for me.
I think totally, though, a book can, or a movie can make a book better as well. Like, for me, when I read a book, I have, obviously, you always have that imagery going through your mind at the same time of what, you know, how it's staged and whatever everything looks like. So it's neat to see someone else's interpretation of what they imagined that scene and that scenario to be like. So for me, I read the book, I really enjoy it, and then I watch the movie and I'm like, shit, that looked so much better on the movie or on the screen than it did in my head, right? And then you almost want to go back and reread again and fill in those spots. So yeah, I think totally a movie can, you know, influence or to make a book better for someone. But I think that the two can be kind of mutually exclusive as well. I mean, your friend likes movies, you know, whatever. Maybe his form of media is he's more visual. I mean, really, reading takes patience.
Yeah.
And in a world where we're like instant gratification, you know, I can just turn on anything I want and have it as I wish. A book is difficult, right? I mean, you really have to find the time and sit down and to invest, you know, into it. So it's different. I mean, I don't think either one is necessarily better. I get the time constraints of a book, but I think that in the end you feel more satisfied when you read something and you've had to make time allowances and everything for it. So
absolutely. And if I read a book first and then watch the movie, then I'm so much more satisfied with the movie because I can get, like, I know what their internal monologue is. I know what they're thinking. I know what they're feeling. So the movie has so much more depth for me if I've read the book first. Yeah. And then, like, I find the movie to just be, like, mind-blastingly epic. If it's a good movie. If it's a crappy movie, then it's like, what the hell is this? Why did you desecrate my novel? But, so it just kind of depends. It depends on the book. It depends on the movie.
What do you guys think about ebooks?
Funny.
We're so new to the whole ebook thing. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that we're not tech savvy, because we are. But I think that we're just so in love with our books, like just touching and feeling them in a pervy and a non-pervy kind of way. But I think it's fucking amazing, man. I think ebooks have totally opened the whole book publishing industry, and people that could never ever have had their work seen really have the chance to be able to reach an audience that they would never have been able to do before, you know, whether it's self-published or you know, whatever they do. So I think it's incredible. I think the technology is totally incredible, and that we're really going to start seeing some like amazing works that would never ever make it onto the shelf. And especially for us, where we read and review books that I'm not going to be able to go to Chapters and find. It's amazing for us to be able to go onto Amazon or wherever we go and download them and read them that way. Like, I just think that's going to do so many things.
We just read that book Inside the Outside that we got sent to review, and it was sent to us as a PDF file and to our inbox, and we were like, oh, okay, and we both just got e-readers, and we both read it, and it was awesome. Like, it was a great book. I haven't read a great book like that in so long. And I would have never read it if it wasn't for, like, the whole electronic reading phenomenon, you know?
But nothing ever will ever replace a good book. The touch and the feel of a good book. Like, honestly, like, I mean, the books might be published less in volume, but books will never disappear. I mean, there'll always be people like us that are going to buy them and support the authors and stuff that we support, but I think it's a good balance to have both.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had an ebook author on maybe like 6 months ago, and he was really cool. Those cats that are writing books like that are really cool. He writes like these fantasy books. He's really cool.
Yeah.
So how do people find you online?
www.bibliobabes.ca. Just type in Biblio Babes and you will find some sort of link to us.
It's .ca, not
.ca.
.ca.
.ca, because we're Canadian. .ca, bibliobabes.ca. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we have a website. Like, type in Biblio Babes, you will find us.
I send out on Facebook and on Twitter periodically requests for questions for guests. And I like to keep it really vague, like, you know, I don't like to say, you know, it's for this certain people. because, you know, I think they apply to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you mind answering some of these questions?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Bumper cars, are they necessary?
Bumper cars?
Yes.
Bumper cars? Like
Yes.
the things that you drive around at the amusement park and like smash into
Hell,
people?
Yes.
yes, they're necessary.
Absolutely! Bumper
What else
cars
do
are
you-
awesome! Have you ever been in a bumper car?
Oh, yeah, I
You
love
guys
them.
all that rage and
Okay.
smash into other people?
Wait, though. Wait. No one lives where I live, and I literally live in the black hole of the universe when it comes to driving. Like, I don't know what it is about, like, the magnetic fields above the city that I live in, but apparently it, like, makes people drive 10 to 20 kilometers under the speed limit. And I'm not even, like, I exaggerate for dramatic effect. I'm the first one to admit that, but I am not shitting around here. Like, this is for real. 3 lanes of traffic. 3 lanes of traffic. All of them are doing 10 under. So I, on a daily basis, think about bumper cars and how I'd like to fucking ram into people with my vehicle. So if I didn't have that outlet of bumper cars, then I may have, you know, hurt people with road rage. So yes, they're very necessary.
Yes.
What is your opinion on Americans' obsession with Dancing with the Stars?
No.
Dancing with the what? Okay, I've heard of it. I've never seen it. I don't even have cable.
Don't have TV. I don't have TV either.
Can I just sidetrack really quick off of these? Because that may be a TV back there, and my show may be on TV. I do not watch TV.
Yeah.
And am starting to find that most people that I talk to do not have TVs or don't have cable.
Yeah.
What is the reason behind you deciding not to have TVs?
My reason is because I worked at used bookstores and was bringing home like a bag of books a day, and my husband Chad said, okay, you want to bring home all these? Because first he was like, you can't bring home this many books, you can't have this many books, this is ridiculous, our house is going to look like hoarders, like, you can't have this. And I was like, no, fuck you, man, I'm going to do whatever I want. I love books. Bring my books home. I'm making a stand. He goes, okay, you know what? Okay, you can have books, no cable. If you have all these books, you're going to read them, and you're not going to waste your life sitting in front of a TV, watching TV. He's like, you have all these books, you read them, no TV. And we haven't had TV since. That was 4 years ago, 5 years ago even. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I had no ultimatum. For me, I was noticing a really strong correlation between my anger levels and the television being on. Like, I found that if I had to watch another Colgate commercial or like NFL, you know, commercial that insulted my intelligence to the point where they were like baby coochie talking with puppets to get us to understand, like, I couldn't deal anymore. Like, I just couldn't. I couldn't deal. No.
Oh yeah, I see TV now, and I'll see a commercial, and like there'll be graphics and like things flying past you, and like, you need this now. Are you tired of having? And I'm like, whoa, why do I don't even need this, man. I already have a car. I don't need a new car. Why do you want me to buy this? Like, I don't. And like, it's just, TV is ridiculous. It's so consuming.
Not to mention there's a thing called the internet, and the good shows that are out there, and there are a lot, you can stream them for free.
Yeah, exactly.
So why am I paying to watch commercials and be inundated with bullshit? I mean, I'm gonna just go to the internet and I'm gonna watch the shows that I want.
Yeah, to be fair, I watch America's Next Top Model religiously. It is a tradition. I watch it with my mom, and she and I watch America's Next Top Model together. My mom and I have, like, our show. We used to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer together. We used to watch Sailor Moon together when I was even younger, and now it's America's Next Top Model. So I can't say that I completely eschew television. I love America's Next Top Model. I will be happy to admit it. I love cartoons, Family Guy, American Dad, South Park, Archer. I love Archer. You know, like, I like stuff like that. But they're like treats. You sit down, you watch TV for like an hour once or twice a week, and watch your cartoons and read your book the rest of the time.
I have a small obsession with old 80s movies because I feel like they're the greatest thing ever. So we have a collection of really old, cheesy movies, and we'll throw those on when we feel like we want to watch something. But yeah, same deal. I have TV shows that I watch and stuff, but can't do the TV thing.
All right, let's get back to the Twitter questions. What is your favorite alcoholic beverage?
I'm currently drinking almond milk and Kahlua. I don't know if that's my favorite, but for me it's beer. I'm a beer connoisseur. I can turn everything else down. I don't drink hard alcohol or wine really at all. It's just, for me, I like beer.
Gross.
Beer.
You know, Kara knows I hate beer. I won't drink beer. I won't touch beer. I don't like wine. I like Caesars. Vegan Caesars. Yeah. Kara helped me find some vegan Worcestershire sauce. And I love Caesars, and I love, like, fruity mixed drinks because I don't like the taste of booze at all. Just give me something with a little umbrella in it and some maraschino cherries, or give me a Caesar with, like, pickles and beans, and I'm stoked.
She likes to eat her drinks.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Have you guys ever been so drunk you fell down?
Not a very, very long time, but vividly my 21st birthday, like, I got alcohol poisoning, the one and only time I ever drank to the point where I was silly. And I was, I'm not going to go into too many details, but yes, I fell.
Yeah. I've been so drunk that I have fallen. I'm pretty sure I got so drunk I fell at your wedding, Kara.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you had the open bar, and we were there all day helping set up, and then the alcohol started flowing, and I got pretty drunk, and I was dressed as a future sailor from the Mighty Boosh. Yeah, and I went out on the dance floor with my buddy Berger and tried to be really cool because he's a great dancer, and he can sea walk like nobody's business. And I was trying to dance, and I bailed on my ass, and he had to pick me up off the floor.
Mm.
Yeah, and that was, jeez, you got married not last year, but the year before.
Yeah, Halloween 2 years ago.
Yeah, you're coming up on your 2-year wedding anniversary. That's rad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been so drunk I've fallen down.
Would you rather be bald or have a mustache?
Mustache.
Yeah, mustache, because you can do great things with a mustache. I noticed your mustache. It's quite epic.
I was trying to do this today. This is my thing that I was working on today. This is a today thing. Have you guys... Huh?
The yellow Oohoo glue sticks are great for twisting your mustache corners up.
Wow. I've never done that. But I'm going to tonight. Have you ever owned an Iron Maiden t-shirt?
You have one, don't you, Kat?
I have been trying to get an Iron Maiden t-shirt. I have a huge t-shirt collection. I would show you, but my closet is atrocious. And I collect band t-shirts like nobody's business. And I try to get a t-shirt from all of my buddies.
She buys them new, because everyone knows Iron Maiden t-shirts are everywhere. She refuses to buy any t-shirts new. They have to be old and vintage, and they can't just be, shit. She's got to find the perfect one. So that's you're all thinking, how do you not have an Iron Maiden t-shirt, because they're everywhere? But she's very specific when it comes to her t-shirt. I do not have one. No.
What is the weirdest things about you two?
The weirdest things about what?
About you guys.
Oh.
Each of you.
Geez.
I'm fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's there. You could fill a whole podcast.
I'm pretty fucking. I had a girl. I'll grab it. I had a girl come into my book room, and she picked up a box off my shelf, and she's like, "What the fuck is that?" And I collected like dead bugs. It's not as weird as it sounds. I swear to God.
No, that's not weird. I'm sorry. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's not weird. And I'm only saying that is because I could pull out a box with a bunch of dead bugs, too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I worked at an RV place, and we got dragonflies that would get stuck in there, and they'd die, and they'd be beautifully preserved, and I would bring them home, and I kept them in wine glasses, but they got dusty, so I put plastic wrap on them, and Chad was like, that looks pretty shitty, and like, tossed them to the wayside. But my buddies know that I still like bugs, so every now and again, they'll bring me some, like, giant, cool, weird bug. And I like them. Bugs are cool. I like bugs. They're neat. I have, like, a bee tattooed on my hand. I like dogs.
Yeah, I'm leaving the weird question alone.
Okay.
Yeah, Kara's got weird up the wazoo, like literally.
It's just, like, weird.
And
Because what's going to happen is if I say something, then I'm going to try to explain or justify, and really weird is subjective. So maybe I'm just normal, and if everyone else is weird,
We'll leave you.
Exactly.
We'll leave you alone on that one then.
yeah.
Last one from the Twitter question: what gets you guys excited?
Excited, like regular excited, or in the pants excited?
Yeah,
Because
that's
the two can be symbiotic.
It's up to you. There's no like real, answer it whichever.
Bookshop.
Bookshops.
I love book shopping. I love finding new books, and that's the thing. I get books, and I'm super fucking excited, and then I start reading one of them, and some of them are pretty exciting, and there's excitement everywhere, and you read a book, and sometimes your panties go sploosh, and you're like, this is the shit. So my panties go sploosh when I'm book shopping or when I read certain books. That is what gets me excited, is new books.
What gets me excited is new followers on Twitter, because
Oh, yeah!
I check our little counter, and when new people are following us, I get really excited. And obviously people coming to our website. This is me, like, I'm like pushing. No, but really, like, the fact that anyone would give a shit about anything that I have to say personally, like, is pretty awesome, The internet makes the world a really small place, and I'm just excited to be on there,
It's phenomenal. I had a lady that I used to work with, like, many years ago, like 5 years ago, at a bookstore. And she's, like, this cool older lady. I think she's, like, in her late 50s, early 60s. Like, she is a rad lady. I loved working with her, and I'm still in contact with her. And she came in today, and she's like, I saw your website. Hey, I saw you naked. And she's like, oh, that naked reading Sunday, that's so cute. And she gave me a big hug. And I was like, oh, my God, this is cool. Like, not only do people know what I do and care about what I'm doing and think it's cool, like, they think it's cool. I'm not getting called, like, a trollop by, like, my cool friends. They think I'm rad. Like, that's awesome. Somebody cares about what I do. I do it because I love it. Mm-hmm. And other people are like, hey, that's pretty cool too. That's awesome.
Right on. Okay, so that's it with the Twitter questions. One of the things that we do with everybody that we talk to is we do, like, a word association game.
Okay.
Are you guys want to play this? It's 20 words. What I do is I give you guys these words. You give me the first word that comes to your mind, and I ask the same words of everybody that I ask. I give the same words to everybody that I talk to, and then at the end of the year, so in July, I'm going to put all of them together and make, like, this long collage kind of thing. And it'll be a segment of our anniversary show. So do you guys want to do this? So
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't care how you guys want to do it. You guys can both give me a word for each one. You can go one-on-one or whatever you want to do. Just decide whatever you want to do. So are you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah, Kara, you and I should both answer them, and we should alternate. Like, you answer first, and then I'll answer first one, and et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
Okay, so the first word is beets.
Are you starting or am I starting?
You start, Kara.
Pickles.
Red and gross.
The next word is slippers.
Red. I have red slippers, I'm sorry.
House coat.
The next word is toes.
Oh, sucking.
Oh, monkeys. Monkey toes. They're fucking weird.
Next word is beer.
Delicious. In my mouth.
Gross.
The next word is maze.
In my back
Hedge.
now.
Hedge.
The next word is inconsiderate.
Drivers.
Oh, I agree. Drivers.
Next word is dull.
Professors.
Television.
The next word is sushi.
Ate it.
Fish.
Next word is clearance.
Books.
Sale.
Next word is soup.
Soup.
Nazi.
Mushrooms.
Next word-
Soup.
Soup Nazi.
Oh. Yes. Okay.
Next word, dirty.
Dirty. Me.
Mines.
Next word is whisper.
Panties.
Oh, Bing Bong Brothers.
Oh, that's a bad song.
The next word is really a compound word. Missed call. Is that a compound word?
Busy.
All the time on my phone. I never answer.
Yeah.
Next word is 11.
12?
13?
Next word is iPod.
iPhone.
Technology I do not have.
Next word is nose.
Pick.
Nice.
Next word is one way.
One way?
Yes.
3-way.
Oh, yours is way better. I was going to say street, because we have one outside my store.
Education.
Not fun.
Oh, years of my life that were no fun.
Next word, ceramics.
Precious memories. Those weird little fucking baby things with the big eyes.
I'm going to say grandma.
And the
Grandma loves ceramics.
Yeah, all of them do. The last and final word is Ronnie Rucker.
Badass mustache man. Yeah.
I was about to say sweet fucking mustache.
That was 20 words. Okay, so that's about all that we do in this. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about that I haven't touched on that we can, talk about?
Just that, we're like always actively looking for, authors that might not be able to get their books out there or the exposure that they necessarily want. I mean, definitely check out our website and see the kind of books that we want, but I know that we'll read and review a lot of things that a lot of other book blogs won't. We're really, for me too, we're both really gay, lesbian friendly, trans friendly, queer friendly in general, and we'll read and review any of those books. Soft core, hardcore. I mean, it doesn't matter what your book really is about.
Yeah.
We're willing to...
General fiction, horror, we will read all of it, but
and review.
Be aware that we do not mince words. If we don't like what we've read, we will say so. If you're tender-hearted or, have thin skin, maybe sending us a book might not be the best idea, but if if you're ready to take it, either way, like I said, we got a book from a guy called Inside the Outside, and it was awesome. Fucking loved it, and I'm, so send us your books. If you, send them to us. We want to read them. We want to check them out. We're down for finding new authors, just for the pleasure of that, for being able to read something new and interesting and exciting. And we're down for, getting you out there via our website.
And we'll eventually have merch. We're working on a logo right now, and we have a lot of merch and stuff that's going to be coming out. So, we would like some feedback from people out there about, if that's something that they're interested in. We love book stuff and things with books on them, and it's kind of hard to come by. I mean, outofprint.com is a really great book t-shirt site dealing with a lot of classical books on the cover. That's where, if you go to our website, you see us in our Lolita t-shirts. That's where we get it through them. We aren't going to be focusing on classics or specific books, but just book themed t-shirts and pins and that kind of thing as well. So lots of things in the future, that we're planning for. So just looking forward to meeting all that stuff.
Ever expanding, doing more.
And we appreciate you, Ronnie, and what you do, and fighting the good fight on the internet like the rest of us can be up our go, so we appreciate it, Thanks a lot.
Thank you for doing this with us. This is fun. This is our first interview, and this was fun.
Okay, right on. Well, that makes me feel good. I was hate for you guys to be like, this is boring. I've had a lot of fun.
Seriously.
This is fun.
This was rad, man. My girlfriend told me H1N1 is going to create the zombie outbreak. She told... I know, don't fucking spit your shit out on your laptop, Kara. That'd be brutal. No, my girlfriend, I have a terrific fear of zombies. I actually used to have, a phobia. Night terrors, wake up screaming in the night, afraid... I love zombies. They're so awesome, and I'm so scared of them, and that's why I love them so much. And she comes in today, and she's like... You know, I read that H1N1 is like this disease that can mutate and jump between species, and it's constantly evolving and constantly mutating. And they say that that is what is eventually going to cause like the zombie outbreak. Like that is, and I almost shit my fucking pants. And everybody I know is sick right now. So it's like, great. I'm gonna fucking be in a zombie outbreak and not have time to read all my books. Like I'll never get to read them all if there's a zombie outbreak. Hi guys, I'm Kat.
And I'm Kara from the Biblio Babes.
And you're watching Beneath Everything with Ronnie Rucker.
Gotcha! Yeah! One! Break!